When I first heard about Charly, the Californian surfer who built Bali's first chocolate factory, I wasn't sure what to expect. But when I stepped into his world, I was fascinated. On the coast of East Bali, an Aussie surfer directed me to cross the river and explore. What I found was a place where structures blend tradition and imagination. Wooden boats, starships, and a tower rising above the whimsical creations, like something out of a storybook. From handcrafting chocolate, surf wax, soap, and zinc sunscreen, to building a swing that once drew thousands, Charly has a talent for turning ideas into profit. But his journey from Christianity to Islam and Eastern mysticism led him to believe that seeking purpose nourishes the soul, while the relentless pursuit of wealth can obscure life's simple joys and the moments that inspired the quest.
Well, I don't know too much about him. I've only met him the once, and my understanding is he's a Californian, but he lives in China or something. I'm not sure, but he's a different piece of fish, this fellow. He's pretty cruisy. He's a surfer, and all I know, I did meet him and he was telling me the story of how it all started. Of course, he had the land, and the locals had no work, so he gave them the idea of getting coconut together and whatever else and making chocolate. And it all just took off from there. Like, I think it took a few years to get going, but the locals are all making money, and he built some sort of a compound. That's about all I can say it is. It's whoever designed it, he was different too. He lives up this big chimney, right up the top. He walks around it, and there's a tent up there, and that's where he spends his nights sleeping. And he's got the best view of everything, and it's sort of, I don't know the word, it's sort of mystic or Willy Wonka. I don't know. So he's all right, but he's definitely different. Yes, it's about all I can say about him.
Foto yang di situ.
Chocolate. Cacao bean. 100% chocolate. I'm sorry ya. I'm not good English.
Tidak apa-apa.
Are you from? Dari mana?
Dari Australia Barat.
Okay. 85% dark chocolate with cacao bean, liquor, cocoa butter, and coconut syrup.
Okay, so who are you and what do you do and what?
Well, I've been called by many names, but I have no name. I'm Charly. They call me Charly Chocolate. I came here 27 years ago for surfing. At that time, there was nothing here. Totally remote. You have to walk in from the main road way over there. Nobody knew about this place. It was very secret. And the locals were telling me during the 2 weeks I was here that they have no job. Only farming was available here. So I said, no job? Look, so many coconuts. You can make coconut oil. From the oil, you can make a natural soap. And then you'll have your own job. You can sell to hotels and shops, and you'll be having your own job. He said, oh, how do you make soap? Can you show us how to make soap? I said, yeah, if I ever come back. I left the next day back to where I was living in Hong Kong. And every 2 weeks they were emailing me, hey, when are you coming back? We're waiting for you. Please come back. You're our future. I said, oh, no. So some money came like magic, and I thought, I should go to Bali for 3 months, teach them how to make soap, set something up for them. So I did. I came back, rented a guy's garage on the main road way over there. He was also from America. Came about the same time for surfing. So I asked him, hey, can I rent your garage for the car? Help the boys learn how to make soap. So he did. He rented me his garage. And after probably 4 or 5 months, I taught them how to make the soap, set it up for them, found them shops in Nusa Dua, Kuta, Ubud. Then I thought, oh, it'd be better to move here, closer to the beach. So I did. I started moving here. And that guy came and said, hey, I don't have a job also. Do you mind if I keep making the soap in my garage? And I said, yeah, go ahead. I didn't come here to make a business or run a business. I'm actually running away from doing that in America. So he did. He took it over, and I warned him, hey, be careful of big business. It's a trap. So he did. He took it over. He made it into a big, huge business, big factory. They sell soaps all over the world now. They have shops all over Bali. And I haven't seen him surfing in 18 years. He's just so wrapped up in that. But he employs a lot of people. So he actually took over what I'm supposed to do, help people have jobs here. So he does all the work, and we don't share anything. It's all his. Good. I just do my little thing here. I started the first chocolate factory about 14 years ago. And that soap factory happened 27 years ago. And so the soap, then chocolate, then the big swing. That happened also. And the chocolate, nobody was growing chocolate at the time. They were growing it, but nobody was making any chocolate. So I thought that would be a good thing for the locals to do as a job. So they did. I taught them how to make chocolate. Started this little thing here, little chocolate, soap. Then the big swing happened, and 3,000 people a day are coming here. And yeah, that's how it happened.
And can you maybe show us around a little bit and
talk
about the designs, because it's very unique designs.
Yeah, very simple, just bamboo housing in pyramid shapes. So this is the original soap factory. Made soaps this morning. We pour them in these little boxes. They sit overnight. Tomorrow morning they'll come in and cut them, small bars of soap.
So yeah, just tell us about the process.
So we take coconut oil mixed with sodium hydroxide, made from the seawater. We make natural soap. We put in essential oils, whatever, tea tree, spearmint, all kinds of things. Then we mix it up, put in some chocolate, swirl it around, get some colors, and let it sit overnight. Tomorrow will be hard enough to cut. Let it sit for a week, and then we package it up and sell it. This is surf wax. I also make this for myself. I'll give you one. You can try it out. Made with same thing, natural things, beeswax, coconut oil, sticky things, honey. 20 years ago, I was doing a lot of surfing, probably 5-6 hours a day, a lot of sunburn. There was no natural sunscreen around. So I found some zinc oxide, and I have beeswax and chocolate and coconut oil, so I made my own natural sunblock. It worked perfectly. And I wasn't into big business, so I just make them for myself, and I give them away to friends for free that I was surfing with. And 2 friends came and said, hey, that's the best sunblock I've ever had. Can we sell that under our own names? Yeah, go ahead. So they named it Surf Yogis, so I make it for them. And now they sell like 1,000 per month all over the world. It became very famous, called Surf Yogis. And yeah, still selling everywhere today. Many people have copied it. So there's a place in Australia, I think, Surf Mud. Same thing. He even tells a story. Yeah, I found the Surf Yogis and I wanted to copy it. So now many copies of what I made. And this is the Surf Yogis, how we make it. Inside is the beeswax, zinc oxide, coconut oil, chocolate, many things. Perfect sunblock. And we still make it here in that little room on the beach. I live on top of that tower up there, 27 meters.
And what made you want to live all the way up there?
No idea. It just started building itself out of nowhere. Turned out to be like the Jacob's vision ladder. Jacob's had a vision of a tower that goes from earth to heaven. There are angels coming up and down that, and God lives way on the top. And yeah, I'm like the guardian of the golden angels coming up and down.
Can we check it out?
Yeah, we'll climb up there. Okay, let's go. So it's made of all bamboo, but bamboo doesn't last forever. So I started coating it with reinforced concrete. So we've gone about 2 levels up, keep going higher. Then it will last for a long time. So this is the first ladder. Go up here, watch your head.
How long did it take to build?
This one's still working on it, but probably 2.5 years. Then 2020 came and we stopped. Then it did have a roof on it, partial roof that sort of fell down. So we're redoing everything now. This is the original structure. This is all bamboo. We put in the cracks, sawdust mixed with epoxy. So we put in all the cracks from outside to inside. So this went all the way down to the ground. And recently we've just been putting in this reinforced concrete. And so when they started building the stairway, the builders, they showed me it had banisters and very clunky. And I said, you know how much that's going to weigh by the time we get up to the top? And they said, oh, well, it'll be heavy. No, take it all down. They had like 5 steps already. And I said, this is how we do it. I drew a picture, just put steps in like this, put a little rope here. And that's much simpler, much lightweight, and we do it that way. So we did. So this is how we do it. Grab the rope, and then put your foot on here, and then step up. Take another hold here and keep going. This is the original Bali here. It's how it all looked for a long time. And here we are. Nice surfing out there. Beautiful volcano over there. Sunrise is right there. This old volcano there. Lampuyang. Rice fields. It's 1988 when I first came to Bali. Staying at the Oberoi Hotel, I was making $1,000 a day back then from my business in America. And back then in 1988, Bali was a magical place. And so I'm thinking, wow, I was in love with Bali. I wonder how much money I need in the bank to live here forever. And the message came, the path you're on making money, business, it's a dead end. There's something better than that, find it. So I asked the voice, what else is there besides making money, business? I'm very good at that. No reply, so I thought, okay. When I go back to America, I'll just keep my mind open. I'll check out anything that just falls in my path and check it out and see if that could be the new path. And so it took me 10 years, but I did find that new path, and that's where I'm at for the past 27 years. That's
Are you happy?
You can't say happy. Happy is just an emotion. We have many emotions. They're like children within us. You have happy, you have sad, you have anger, you have everything. So, but once you get beyond all those emotions, which are always going on anyway, if you get above that, you're like in total bliss, I would call it bliss, no matter what's happening.
Are you a spiritual person?
Well, I wouldn't call it spiritual. I'm just a normal person. I'm connected with the heavens, so whatever that is.
Have you always been, felt connected to the...
Yeah, pretty much all the time. I was sent to Wuhan, China, August, September, and October 2019, and I was told there what's going to happen in the world. And yeah, it started happening when I came back. And that's when this thing was being built.
Are you always kind of creating things that make you feel closer to...
Yeah, that's why I live so high in the sky. Trying to go home. Home to heaven.
Do you feel you're from a different planet, or...?
Different dimension, I would call it. On Earth, we're only allowed to be able to perceive around 3 dimensions. But there are many more dimensions, and some people can wiggle through there and see the other dimensions. So that's what I do.
Have you ever had like psychedelic experiences with medicines and things like that?
No, I never really did that. Maybe when I was a teenager, magic mushrooms back then, which is quite effective. It opens a window just so you can see, wow, there are other dimensions, wow. And then once you do it once, you don't really need to do it again. You just need to have a quick look what can be done with your body, with yourself, what you can possibly do.
What do you think the secret to life is?
The big secret is, and it's in the Bible, it's in many other spiritual texts, it's basically seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all else will be added unto thee. Some people say, oh, that's when you die. If you've been a good Christian, a good person, you go to heaven, then in heaven, oh, you get everything you want. But it's more like seek ye first the kingdom of heaven on earth. You find this place actually within yourself. Once you find that place, anchor yourself in that, then your life really begins. People think, oh, I need more money, and once I get money, oh, then I could live my life. But no. I know billionaires who come to me and say, hey, what did you find? I'm interested. And these people are worth $38 billion, many billions. Plus, with all that money, they still don't have it.
And what's this pendant here?
Somebody gave this to me right after I came back from Wuhan, China. Some guy came here and said, hey, I was in a temple the other day and I got a message. I'm supposed to give you this. He gives me a small box. I open it, see a piece of jade on string. I said, thinking I don't wear any jewelry. I'll put it in my office. I'll never look at it again. So I thought, well, I'll at least put it on. He can at least see me put it on. I put it on and he goes, okay, now I'll tell you the story. And he told me the story. It's a very ancient stone from China. It glows in the dark. It's called Ye Ming Zhu. Only emperors are allowed to wear this. And you can only give it to an emperor as a gift. And where I went in Wuhan was the Wudang Mountain. It's a very powerful mountain right next to Wuhan. And that mountain was only meant for emperors to go to receive the power to run China. That was 3,000 years ago. So he gave this to me, then I read the story the next day, and I forget I had it on. I'm trying to sleep at night. I can't sleep, so much energy. I look at this, it's glowing in the dark. And I thought, could this be the energy of this thing? I couldn't sleep the whole night. So the next day I check it out on the internet, and they said it could be fake nowadays. They could put chemicals in it, it could glow in the dark. So that night I'm laying here, and I'm thinking, okay, if it's real, let me see a shooting star. If it's real, it'll be a shooting star in my direct vision. If it's fake, I won't see a shooting star. Maybe I'll see one off in the distance. And then 30 minutes go by, I'm getting tired, no sign of anything. Close my eyes, think, okay, it's not real, I'll never wear it again. And then suddenly just, okay, one more quick look. I look, there's a shooting star, sparkly. I've never seen a sparkly star go like that. And it went toward this very bright light, a bright star. So I'm thinking, I wonder what that bright star is, because it disappeared in that star. So I looked on my iPad, the star app, check it out, and that's a star system called Sirius. So then I just felt, okay, this is my connection to Sirius. So I've had it on the whole time ever since.
And were you inspired by the story of Charlie and the chocolate factory at all?
No, not at all. Just people need. My neighbor came and said, hey, nobody makes chocolate in Bali. They grow so much cacao. They send all the beans to Java for processing. Then that's when I thought, that would be a good thing for locals to do, to have a job. So I did. I figured out how to make it, set up the factory, and then, many people coming. That was the first chocolate factory in Bali, and people see what I've done, the soap factory, the chocolate factory, and they copy it. So there are many chocolate factories now in Bali, many natural soap companies. The big swing, that was the biggest, 3,000 people a day coming here. And I made that just for myself, just for fun. People come, they like it, they take photos, put it on Instagram, and suddenly 3,000 people a day coming on that little tiny road. And so there's a story, build a better mousetrap and people will beat a path to your door. No matter where you live, even if you're in the middle of a jungle on the beach somewhere, they'll find a way to get to your place. And that's what happened.
So I guess there's some lesson there, which is like, you do things for fun because you love to do it.
Yeah.
Not because you're trying to make money or anything like that, just because you want to
No,
have
no.
a good time or you want to share.
Yeah, for me, I'm just helping people have jobs. They ask me for help. So, yeah, I'll help you have a job. You can make soap. I know how to make soap. I'll teach you how to make it. So the main thing is helping others. Not doing anything for myself. It just happens, and yeah, I'm okay. I'm here. I'm still here. Sort of like a lotus flower. The lotus flower is deep in the mud down there and all the dirty things, and you go up through the water, dirty water. Then you get to the flower part. The flower part is living in paradise, even though it is deep in the mud. And that's what happens to all of us. We have to find that higher self, which lives in heaven. Once you connect with your higher self, that's when your life changes. That's what seek ye first the kingdom of heaven really means. Find yourself in who lives in heaven. Once you connect with your higher self, you're done, you know. That's it.
Are you inspired by Chinese philosophy, things like that?
Well, Confucius was probably just similar to a person that had the same experience that I did. He was working as a librarian. I was doing my business in America, and right away, just, what am I doing this for? Where am I? No, you just leave everything behind with no money, nothing. You just start walking, and you end up where you end up. That's what happened to Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu was his name. And also Buddha, he was living in his palace with his parents, and he just wanted to go outside, see what it was like outside. That's what happened to Buddha also. And that's what needs to happen to everybody. You just suddenly need to wake up. Wait a minute, what am I doing? No, I don't. And then you just disperse. We're reading a book called Lost Horizon. It's a good book. Have you read The Lost Horizon about Shangri-La?
I have not, no.
It's a place in the Tibetan mountains, a secret place. So this is where I sleep if it's raining or very windy. And I can sit here all day, just perfect, not hot. These are, I make these are Tesla coils inside of there.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you if you could explain this.
Yeah, that's why that number just happens to be on the humidity meter 69. Those are Tesla's favorite numbers, 3, 6, and 9.
So is it always on that number?
No, it changes all the time. This morning it was 78, I think. Now it's 69. Yesterday it was 85. And so Tesla was the guy who invented AC electricity. And his main thing he was trying to do, he has a way of collecting electricity in the atmosphere, bringing it down and transmitting electricity all over the world. But the guys who were generating electricity at the time, that time it was DC, they heard it was for free. Everybody can have electricity for free. And they said, no, we can't charge for it. Nobody's going to have electricity. So they shut Tesla down. And he died a poor man. So basically his technology was attracting electricity, but mine is attracting cosmic energy. And then either transmitting it all over the world, or I have these little collectors here. You can sleep with these under your pillow. When you meditate, you hold them in your hands, and you meditate with cosmic energy infused in your whole body. And so that's why I make this. And you can also transmit energy out all over the world.
Do you believe there's evil powers at play?
I wouldn't call it evil, just a lower dimension. The world runs on what I call Luciferian consciousness. You can call it, the devil controls everything. It's just the consciousness. God threw out Lucifer when he got too egocentric. Sent him down, you can say, to the world, and he's supposed to grow up again. So he's running the whole world under Luciferian consciousness, where this is mine, that's mine, you can't have mine, everybody doesn't share anything. So we're entering a new phase, a new system is coming. So we're growing out of the Luciferian consciousness where people just start sharing things. We don't have jobs, we don't have money, we don't use money anymore, we just share stuff. That's how the world will operate.
So, like, better times are coming?
Better, in a way, but the people that run the world, that physical beings that run the world, that make the money for all the countries, they know this is coming too, and they're saying, no, we'll still control everything, we'll keep making money. We'll put money in people's arms. We'll chip them, hook them up to computers. That's what we'll do. No cosmic energy. They're trying to block the energy from coming by spraying the skies with the reflective energy to bounce back all this other cosmic energy. So there's a big resistance coming. People don't want it to happen, but it's going to happen anyway.
Do you feel like you're, like, enlightened?
I wouldn't call it enlightened, just connected to my higher self. And once that happens, you know right away. And for me, I was done in this world. I don't need to be here anymore. But then just people start asking me for help. Hey, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? Can you help me have a job? And I'm still here.
Are you afraid to die?
There's no such thing as death. It's like having a car, and it's time to trade in your car. You take it to a salvage place, you give away your car, then you get a new car. That's what happens with people. And they don't die, they just transfer to another body or into another dimension, maybe another planet, different place. But you stay here on Earth until you do connect higher self to lower self. Once that happens, good. You've graduated, you're free to go wherever you want.
So you only know if you've graduated once you...
You know. But then I can't commit suicide, I just have to die a natural death. And you just stay here as long as you're here. People ask me for help, okay, I'll keep going and do this, do that. Yeah, and I'm just hoping, one day I'll run out of money and I can just stop eating and that's it. I can go.